Hello my friends, today I've got absolutely loads to do, so I'm going to start with doing the taboo plant, one of the taboo plants, which is an aloe. Now this has been sitting, sulking in my bathroom for a few years and it's really not got any bigger than that. I did have a baby a couple of years ago, but it's just not done very much at all. That's in just compost, multi-purpose stuff. Bit of draining assistance with perlite mixed in with it, but yeah, it's not fantastic. So I thought I'm going to try it in leca. Now I'm just going to turn my soldering iron on and I'm going to talk you through what I'm doing today. Everybody knows that aloe are a bit like cactus really, they don't like a lot of water at all. So with regards to leca and a wick, etc., what I'm going to do, my speciality, is use a plastic cup. I'm going to put some holes in it in a minute, show you how to do that with soldering iron. And I'm going to put another cup into that. And I thought, that's not going to be much of a reservoir. So I need something in between the two to make it a little bit higher as well, so it fits in my pot better. Of course, we're not going to need much of a reservoir anyway for an aloe, but I need it to fit in my pot better. So I've used the lid off a spice bottle thing. So that just goes in between. So it's a little bit of a reservoir in there and it will also fit better into my pot. It's got to have some. I don't know, no, I've done that. I don't like it. I could just cut it down, couldn't I? Or I'm going to cut it down. What I'm going to do is just make a mark with my soldering iron there. And that mark is so I can see where to cut. So I'm just going to make an incision. And while I'm on, I will put some holes in. Now, because it is an aloe, I'm just going to make one big hole. And just some around the outside, just for aeration. Because it has one big long root, seems to do, rather than lots of little side roots. So I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to put a couple in this one, just so the airflow gets through better. Let's turn my soldering iron off now. I will be needing that again soon, because I've got so much to do today. Going to be about 3 videos, I think. Oh well, no rest for the wicked. Right, now we've got that over with. So the lid's going in there. That'll be going in there. There's a big hole in the bottom, which will have the wick. And I'm going to leave it quite low down, the wick. I'll probably just leave it there. I'm just going to anchor that in with a bit of leca. Don't want it to go much higher than that. That's fine. Okay, so I'm just going to lower the iPad just so you can see a bit better. Let's see if that's okay. So I've got my aloe. Roots are okay. I have washed them, but don't really want to mess with it too much. And I don't even think I'm going to leave a reservoir in it to start with. The leca that I use is always been pre-soaked. It is always soaking anyway. It's always soaking, it's always ready. I'm just going to pop this in the cup. It'll actually sit on top quite nice actually, so it's not too bad that. I'm just really nervous about getting it too wet, if I'm honest. But there's only one way to find out, and I'm just fed up of these bloody fungus gnats. Just when I thought I got rid of them, you see another of the little suckers. Right, bit of noise now. I've got a leaf in there, that's no good. I want a buried leaf rotting. Thank you very much. Just popping a few more in. A bit of squeeze to shuffle the roots down. Not that there's that many on it, to be honest. Oh, there's another leaf tucked in. Little bugger. Get you out. Anybody that needs to know, this is just an old cloth, microfiber cloth. And you know what I've forgotten, don't you? I've forgotten to cut the fucker down. It will be protruding a bit too much for my liking. Now, I'm not going to pretend I'm reinventing the wheel or anything. This has probably been done many times by many people. This is my journey, and this is my interpretation of leca. So please do not take it too seriously, because you can make your own way, but at least if you've got some ideas, it's good. All the research is good research. At least you can see from my mistakes. It was quite dry to start with, so I'm just worried that if I don't leave it any water, it will die. Now, some people use a shower method, which is basically just watering it from the top, like you would a normal plant in soil. So that might be an option just to do, especially in winter. I hardly ever have to water this, to be honest. Probably once every 2 months. So I'm leaving that now. This wick is probably going to take the moisture out of that leca anyway, and that will be wet. So I think I am just going to wet the wick before it goes in. I've always got my mixture of nutrient solution. I'm just going to wet that. And then that should be enough moisture on that to keep the plant hydrated without overwatering it. So that's going in there. And that's going in there. And that will go in my bathroom. So that's the aloe done. Next taboo plant, snake plant. Look, it's got 2 little babies there as well. I didn't realise till I took it out of the pot. Too late now, never mind. So he's going in leca as well. This one goes in my kitchen. I'm not sure what to put him in actually. Might just put him in this. It's an old one that I've used before. Just put him in there. Don't know what to do with the bottom and what to put him in. And this reservoir is going to be a very small one because they are a little bit like aloe. I've got a snake plant here. I've just topped up. The level is there, the water level. It's very low reservoir in this. And it seems to be okay. Doesn't seem to be dying or anything, so it must be all right. So I'm going to do the same with this one. Yeah, I'll put it in here. With the snake plants, the roots are quite shallow. But on the other hand, it's quite top heavy, so it's going to need to be stable. And that is a snake plant. That is a snake plant. He's all right. Bloody thing. So again, I'm going to put a very, very small reservoir in this. I'm not putting a wick in it because the reservoir is going to be so small. And I'm not going to hardly fill it up. I'm a bit like that. I'm just going to put about 1/2 centimetre in there. And that should suffice for that plant. And then that'll go in my kitchen.